What's up YouTube, this is Rampage and I'm here on a Hieratic deck profile update. This is no longer the budget build, this is the 100% completed deck, what I'm running right now at locals. Last locals I went to, made top 4, the Yu-Gi-Oh! Outlet. It's a very good deck, seems to work pretty nicely. Let's get started. Triple Tough Nui. Cyber Dragon of the deck, really important card. It's basically the card that really starts off all of your plays. You gotta run 3. Same with Sue, triple Sue. It pops your opponent's back row. When it's tributed, counts as a special summon, and like both of these guys, when they're tributed, you get your normal dragon. That's 0/0. 2 Nebthet. At the moment I'm only running 2 for space issues, as well as it's a 5 and this deck doesn't really go into 5s. You go into some 5s, but you know, not as much as you'd rather go into 6s. It's nice for popping back row and getting rid of your opponent's big monsters that you really can't run over. You know, some random 4K beat stick, something like that. They also help you get through your Euro 2K, their ammo for your Sue. And then the last of the Hieratics, triple asset. Only card in the deck that can actually be normal summon without a tribute. It also copies the level of a normal dragon on your field and distributes it among all of your Hieratics. So if you've got like your normal Luster Dragon or something, or Meteor Dragon as it is in this deck, you can choose, and you've got, you know, Esset and Nebthet on the field. You choose your normal dragon, and they're both 6, and you got, suddenly all of a sudden, you got 3 level 6s that you can exit with. And, RDM, big OTK piece, special dragon from grave, banish a special. It's like a auto run. Triple card D, because, as you previously saw, that's like 9, 12 of the cards in this deck are level 5s or 6s. You really need those draws so you don't dead draw. You need to get something you can summon with without having already having card in field. It's a good card overall. 2 Junk Slide Birdman, so I can make Stardust and Void Ogre Dragon and all my other synchros. It's a good card all around. It allows you to bounce your RDM back to hand, and so that you can reuse the RDM later. Usually you'll special it again by banishing a dragon. Special summon another dragon from your grave. Synchro for an 8. So just in case you count OTK, you still got your starters to protect you from dark holes. For hand traps, I've got double Veiler, double Maxi, because like those draws, so I was actually thinking about 3 Maxis. Veiler, but I decided to run 2/2 because Veiler is also a nice card to allow you to go into 7 place. You can go into Black Rose or Ancient Fairy. Personally, I like Ancient Fairy so I can pop Necro Valley and start specialing from grave again, but personal preference. More hand traps. You run all these, and sometimes I've seen Battle Faders run effectively. Again, if you dead draw, you lose, so you need something. So you can stall until you get that dead draw. Until you get out of that dead draw. Sorry. Exodius. It's another win condition. Specials by bouncing all of your monsters from grave back to deck. It's nice to reset your OTK in case you messed up at some point, and it will use your dead RDM if you don't have Junk Cyberman or something on field. For normals, the 2 normals I run are the double Meteor Dragon. I like Meteor Dragon over the other ones because with it I can go into double X Saber Gothams. I'll get to that later, but I can use my I can 9 sync with it and Birdman. Getting in spells, 2 Dress. I like Dress because it'll stop monster effects as well. I don't really see the big need for the extra 200 that you'll gain from Forbidden Lance I'd rather be able to save myself. Most of my monsters are pretty big beaters, so I'm not too afraid of big attack points. And still 600 is pretty potent. Double Hieratic Seal of Convocation. The Hieratic wild card. It'll allow you to search your deck for any Hieratic and add it to your hand. You'd run 3, but it's at 2 right now. Holy Trinity. It's pretty obvious why you'd run them. You hate your opponent's back row, you want to be able to still go through your OTKs. This is just another win condition. If you draw 3 Hieratics. 3 Hieratics and Monster Reborn mixed in OTK. And Dark Hole, because it's Dark Hole and your opponent has a big field. Triple MST, because you really don't like that back row. And that triple MST is backed up by triple Royal Decree. Again, you really don't like that back row. Just because of the Royal Decree, I'm starting to question my Gores. Maybe I should take Gores out for Battle Fader. But I like having Gores in deck. It's a nice 26 beater. If I don't have Royal Decree on field, I can just special him and not attack and stall until I can get cards to go into my OTK. Right. Extra deck. 2 Atom. I don't think it's necessary to have 3 Atom. 2 works really well. It specials any dragon from your deck, and it makes it a 0/0. So you'd use Atom to go into your RDM, special card from Grave. Usually. So you go into your second one. The OTK must run these. OTK must also run these to make it an OTK. Because when Atom uses its effect, you can't attack that turn. So Gaia Dragon the Thunder Charger can overlay onto 6 and 5 Exes. So Tears of Volcasaurus, when it's out of Exit materials, you can turn into 26 Beat Sticks with Piercing. And it's the only way you get through your OTK. You must have 2. I want to run 3. For my 6s, I run Force Focus, Bounzer, and M7. Force Focus I see not run now. I think it's really stupid. The main OTK, an OTK that you'll find a lot, is you'll talk to 4 Hieratics. With 4 Hieratics, you'll be able to make, your infield will be double Gaia Dragon, because you go into 2 atoms and then go into the double Gaia Dragon with them, and Force Focus. And Gaia Dragon's a 26, so 26, plus Force Focus is whomping 28, is exactly 8,000 damage. It's so good. In my opinion, you have to run it. Bouncer's just a nice card, and it stops so many decks right now. Negates monster effects and burns your opponent for 1,000. Though it's only once per turn effect, and therefore not as good as Dolka, it makes it up with that with an awesome 2,700 attack points. M7, it just makes the deck really consistent. You can reuse your Red Ice Darkness Metal Dragon by going into Penomaly M7. With M7, your RDM is almost never going to be a dead card. You'll always be able to return it to hand. You'll always be able to special summon it again. It's such a good card. It's amazing. 1 Gustav Max, because there are all those times I go into it, and because I'm mainly the Exodius, it's really easy to go into this guy. It's a really good card. Its effects is that you can burn your opponent for 1,000, and on top of that, it's a 3k. Really good. So good. For 5s, I run 2. Volcasaurus and Shark Fortress. I have gotten those times where I can go, it's really specific times with a specific hand. I can't remember exactly what it is right now. But you end up with Super Dreadnought Rail kind of Gustav Max and the opportunity to go into a 5. Instead of going to that Volcasaurus, I'd rather go into the Shark Fortress, because Shark Fortress can make a card attack twice. So I'll use Shark Fortress on my Super Dreadnought Rail kind of Gustav Max. Gustav Max can now slam twice. This thing I'll overlay it into Gaia Charger, so it's a 26. And Dreadnought is already dealing a whopping 2,000. It's a really nice play that your opponent won't see coming. And in Volcasaurus, I like it better than Adris, because when you pop a card, you also deal damage. So I like it very much. And then, lastly, my Synchros. In case you can't tell, which you can tell, that's a really beat up Ancient Fairy. I need a better condition one. Scrap Dragon, Ancient Fairy, and Void Ogre. I'm going to explain each of those cards in turn. Save Scrapjack. It's pretty obvious. You pop a card, pop a card. Very good. This is my 7. I would rather run Black Rose, but this card is really nice too. I keep on having, at my locals, having problem with Necro Valley. And Necro Valley stopping me from going through Mount Decay. I can't bring back my normals from my grave. It's so annoying. So run Ancient Fairy, because all it takes is Special the Tefnuit, normal the Veilers, Synchro for 7, pop their field spell, and gain 1,000. Plus, it's a 3k defense. It's really hard to get around. I like this card a lot. I bring it out at least once a game. Void Ogre, because it's like a 3k Shien. You can negate a spell trap while you've got no cards in hand. And if you go through your OTK, you're going to end up with no cards in hand, so it's really nice to be able to do that. And the last 2 cards, Stardust, because you don't want them Dark Holing the next turn. Same with the Void Ogre. It's to stop your opponent from Dark Holing next turn if you don't go through your OTK. Except Gotham's, it's just another card in case you start going through OTK and you forgot to send a normal to your grave to bring back with RDM. You can bounce your RDM and special it, and it's easy. There's almost no way you can not have your normal on field. And since mine is Void Ogre and that's an Earth, I can synchro with those 2 into this guy. Because all it takes is 1 tuner or 1 or more non-tuner Earth monsters. I can make an instant 9. And it's really nice. They're not seen that much, but my locals I see them. X-Sabers, I can start tributing all my opponent's X-Sabers and dropping cards from your hand and then slam for direct 31. It's so nice. You got no fear after you do that. I usually have Roll Decree on field too, so that stops them. And that's the deck. Completed Hieratics. Completed Rampage Hieratics. Subscribe for more. Thank you very much.